In this video, we're going to discuss the switch sequence behavior. So I've come into this little room here that has all kinds of little bones scattered about, and there's some switches on the wall. Kind of a mystery. One of the things is there's water on the floor and there's a drain here. And so clearly this is some sort of puzzle, and we've got to try to solve the puzzle. And I'm guessing that if I don't do it right, the room's going to flood and I'm going to die. That's the message I'm getting from this. So let's figure this out. We have 4 switches on the wall. We have a door here that says it's operated by a switch. So we've got to solve the puzzle in the right sequence in order to get through the door. We're going to look for some clues, and I see bones everywhere. I see skull, it's like a leg bone maybe. So there's another skull with a jawbone. There's nothing over here. One pattern I'm seeing is that there's only one bone here. There's 2 bones there. And while there's only 2 bones here, there's actually, if you look closely, there's actually 4 bones, right? And it even almost looks like a 4. So that means this might be 3. Let's try this order. So we're going to pull this, and then we'll pull this one and this one. Oh, I didn't get it in time. So they're resetting. That means that I only have so much time to pull these levers. I'm going to have to move a little bit quicker. This one, this one, this one, and this one. And lo and behold, the door has opened. So that was actually the solution to the puzzle. And I was able to get through the door. Let me show you how that works. All right, so we're in the room. And we've got our switch here. Now, all of these switches have the switch sequence behavior attached to them. So I'm just going to cover one, obviously, and just know that they're all set up basically the same way. So the first thing you need to tell it is how many total switches are there. In our case, there's 4, so that's what I've set it to. And like I said, all the switches are set to 4. This switch number is number 1. That's our first switch that we pulled. So obviously, you just want to tell it which number should this switch be pulled and what the sequence is. So in other words, 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, and 4 here. Okay. And you have the switch reset. Now you saw that because I didn't move fast enough, the switch reset after 5 seconds. So that's what the switch reset indicates. And you really want that. You don't necessarily want it to be that quick. That was challenging, but you do definitely want a reset of some kind. And the reason is simple. You don't want the player to somehow confuse where they left off. Let's suppose they forget the sequence, but there was a clue in the other room. So they go back to the other room and they look at the clue to refresh their memory, and then they come back in here. Maybe they don't remember which was the last one they pulled or how many times they pulled it. You want it to be able to reset after a period of time. How quickly, that's up to you. I set it to a very short amount of time to be able to show you that what it does after 5 seconds. The use range is just how close do you have to be to the object that the behavior is holding in order to interact with the switch. And you saw I had to get really close to it in order to be able to pull the chain, which is really just added difficulty. If you want it to be a little further away to make it a little easier, you can. The use prompt, just when you get within range, it'll tell you press E to use. And it's just a prompt text for the player to understand what to do. The item highlight, we've covered this in a separate video, but just so you're aware in case you haven't seen that, if you choose shape, it's going to highlight the shape of the object. If you choose outline, then you'll see an outline around the shape of the object. And that's really great for rooms that are darker, that you want the player to instantly understand that this is something interactable. It wasn't really necessary in this case, so I left it off. And then, of course, you have the sound slots. So the lever down and the lever up. So in other words, when I pull it, it plays a sound. After it resets, it plays a sound. Or if I were to pull it a second time, it would play the second sound lever up. And the last thing you need to know is about if used. So we've pulled the chains in the right sequence, but you'll notice that there is no logic link anywhere to be seen. So how does it know what to affect? And that comes from if used. So this exit door is what this object is named, and we want to reference that object in if used in all 4 of the switches. So it needs to know what it's going to impact once the sequence is completed. You'll just reference that. This door, because it's referenced and it's a door, is not locked. You'll see it's checked unlocked. You want to keep that checked unlocked if you're doing a door. Obviously, there's a million different ways that you can use this behavior, but just in case you're using it as a door, keep it unlocked, because by being referenced in if used, it knows that it needs to be a locked door. And in fact, in the case of a door, an automated door, there's even a little tick box down here now that allows you to use a switch. So you check this box and it knows it's looking for a switch, and it should remain locked until that switch is pulled. So that is everything you need to know in order to operate the switch sequence behavior. If you enjoyed the video or if you learned anything new, please be sure to click the like button down below. If you're new here, if you just haven't subscribed yet, we'd love to have you stick around. And then lastly, if you'd like a notification for whenever new videos are posted, just click the bell icon and that'll let you know when a new video is ready. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, don't forget there's a written guide for every behavior, including ones I haven't yet covered on this channel. And if you want to learn some more, why don't you check out this video next.